Hello guys. I was actually literally coming on dead on midnight, and I started to write the title on the top, and I ended up writing a bit of a blurb, and I wasn't quite expecting to do that. So hello and happy birthday to me, and a massive big thank you to the guys who carry the forced adoption exposed message with the yellow jackets for the flowers and the card. I've got my cards and bits down here to say thank you in a minute. I just wanted to come on to say a massive big happy birthday to absolutely everybody in the entire world, and because it's my birthday I get to decide what I want, and I want to bless every single one of you with a wish today that I hope comes true for you all. And yeah, so as it's my birthday, I guess that I get to be nice to people today, and maybe take some time to focus on 41 years. I'm 41 today. Does it really matter? Does our age really matter? And what does getting to 41 really sort of say? But as I was writing the title a minute ago, I was only literally going to write Happy Birthday Live, and that was literally going to be it. But I started writing this bit of this thing that I might have to just take and put on something else. I don't know yet. Or leave on here and change the title, or put on the bottom. I don't know. But I basically wrote that on May the 17th, 1978, Kellie Hill was born at St Mary's Hospital on the 4th floor. I was born to Sharon Hill, who had just turned 16, and to James Avis, 19, I think. I don't know much about what my mum said, other than what was in the song, that she woke up looking at a pack of pills and this yellow floppy baby that she didn't want anything to do with. Just reading what I wrote as my title, I got a bit carried away. And just something, it just flashes in and out. It just stays on one, but it flashes in and out when somebody comes on. So unless you sort of pop up and say like or love you or hate you or angry at me, then I don't really know who's here or if you're here. So if you are here, just say hello with a like, that'd be great. And I've just written a title that I got a bit carried away with, so I'm just reading it. And so yeah, I don't know much other than what my mum said in the Sun, which is the paper, that she'd woke up looking at a pack of pills and this yellow fluffy baby that she didn't want anything to do with. I don't know much of my story, from my nan stopping my adoption, and then at 3 I went back to my dad and mum when they got married. From a TV programme, I know Miss Mum was on telly and stuff like that. I know that this lasted 6 months, and my dad's, no, it's actually meant to say mum's, so I'll edit that. And my mum claimed, no, my dad's, yeah, my mum claimed that my dad was violent, but my dad says no. And I just said, I don't know, I wasn't there, or if I was, I don't remember. My ex-stepmum says my mum left after my dad had left, and she'd gone in and found me, and I was covered in dog shit on my own. And then I'd written, well, I don't know what the truth is, and I don't really want to know anyone else's truth, just the truth. I was raised by my dad and my ex-stepmum from 3, and I went to my mum's every other weekend, and we had a great relationship. It was only what was going on with Neil, which my mum and dad didn't know about, which I think all you guys know, sort of what happened between that age. My dad left when I was 11, and we went to my nan's, and then we got home with his new girlfriend, and I learned to live with my mum and ex-stepdad, DV, enough said. In fact, my ex-stepdad was the guy who created the chip for the Amiga. He was an army sergeant, and he was the guy who did all the technology and computer stuff that designed the first ever original Amiga chip for Shazam Systems, and it just swelled his amygdala and just drove him completely crazy. So he was a really lovely man, but because of the amount of processing that he did and the amount of work that he did for the army, it really, my mum made a comment when he said that one day we're going to have cash and there would be robots, and he was right. My mum was undermining him and he lost the plot. So yeah, back to my nan's, 3 aunts, and then me and my mum moving around one beds, back to nan's. Then she met my sister's dad, and then I put myself into foster care. Left at 16 and 1 week after social services terminated my baby, and the story goes on, coming all this information coming back before my 35th birthday, when they took Aaron and Faith, and I was just saying happy birthday. And I just want to say a really big thank you to some people today, actually, because Elijah made me open my birthday cards a little bit earlier, and I got a bit of a surprise today as well. So the first card that came in was actually from my auntie Alison and Mick and all the guys, and I haven't had a birthday card from family members like since I was 11. All the way through childhood, it was always tradition that when it was your birthday, you like hired the local school, local community centre, and or in your garden, or your nan's, and you know, all your cousins and all your school friends and stuff, you know, came around for your birthday. So, excuse me, I've got a really itchy eye. So I grew up with birthdays where birthdays were all about the banners and the balloons and the birthday cake and the jelly and the ice cream, you know, just as pretty much the majority of all of us children have always grown up that, you know, at school you wore the number that you were for your birthday, and people made an effort for your birthday, and you'd have a birthday party and all that sort of stuff. And then when you get older, they become really lonely days, especially when you don't have family and you're a single mum, and it makes you very isolated, which is pretty much how I've lived pretty much all my life, really. So it was really, really, really lovely to get this. It was a surprise. I got it about 2 days ago, actually, and the post came, and I always expect bills, bills or social or letters or complaint stuff or law stuff or legal stuff, and you know, it was nice to see a birthday card. I actually thought it was Amber, because Amber usually always sends them probably a couple of months early, or she sends them all in one pack, so make sure we've got all our birthday cards. So this came through the door, and it was lovely to have a lovely day, lots of love from Ali and Nick and Mob. But then today I got a really, really pleasant surprise, because the first card that came in was this. I do know who sent it, and I don't know whether or not she wants to be named, but I do know who actually sent this, because obviously they've had to ask Amber for my address to do so. But it says on the front, and apparently they've had quite a bit of a conversation about doing this. So it says, "To the best mummy in the world, happy birthday." And it might bring some tears to me, this, but it says, "To mummy, happy birthday. Never forget how much you're loved, with big birthday wishes." And then it says in handwriting, so it says, "Your determination and dedication is not going unnoticed where it matters. You are the best. Lots of love, Aaron, Faith, and all the stolen children." And lots and lots and lots and lots of kisses. So, as it's my birthday, to all of the children out there who have been taken, and your mums and dads and nans and granddads and aunts and uncles are here, I pray that the Lord speaks to you heart and lets you know that you're loved and your mums and dads are here, and that you're very much wanted and needed, and they miss you and we miss you, and as a collective that we're all thinking of everybody else's kids, and we all think of each other on birthdays and the days where we know that we struggle the most, where we feel the loneliest, the most isolated, the most alienated, because when you've had your kids taken, the majority of people tend to turn their backs on you because you're a child abuser. You've caused significant harm to your children to this extent that police and social have had to come in and remove these children from you and put them with other people. That's not true. It's my birthday. I can cry if I want to. So to all of you stolen children, you're so loved. What we do for you, and I promise you, you will see very, 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 very soon. You will see what we are doing for all of our children that have been taken, and to stop all of the other children that could be taken, and how much we are holding the ground for those that are in court to bring these children home. So this birthday wish is for all of the children that are in foster care, who've been adopted. We love you, and we're here, and we're doing our best. And I just wish that I had the funds and the resources and the equipment to do this to the extent that I know I'm capable of. And who knows, I'm going to be putting a fundraiser out today, and if people want to help with pound 50p, bloody, reserve my book, whatever you want to do to chip in and help, really make this happen, that would be absolutely great. So yeah, I do know who sent this, and thank you so much for this. But then it didn't end there. I then got this. These guys have been with me since my 35th birthday. We've been together since I broke my gag. And we've grown and we've grown and we've grown. But these guys, I got served my committal to prison paperwork while I was in Wales, staying in a caravan, while I was going through court, because obviously I didn't live in Wales because they took my car, evicted me, everything. So I was out on my ass, and I met a lot of really, really, really beautiful people while I was out on the streets. And I've noticed, I'm not a coke addict, guys, it's just because I've been crying. Somebody made a comment the other day that I wipe my nose a lot. I'm not a coke addict. I need some tissue, really. I don't want to blow my nose here, Laura. So, to all the pandas out there, I love you. To all the Poe pandas, to all the graffiti artists, to the activists, to those who open squats, to those who have been breaking, homeless kitchens and sustaining the ground. But these guys that sent me the card now run North Wales Extinction Rebellion. Prior to that, ran North Wales Wake Up, which is Step Up Wales, and they literally position themselves in Bangor in Wales, which is literally at the bottom of the hill where the psychologist lives, where I went to do my psychological report, which took my kids. And this psychologist just happens to have a £1 million company positioned where else other than Barnet, Harringay area. Barnet. It's always Barnet, isn't it? So anyway, she just happens to have a very big wealthy company based in London. And my birthday card. So these guys have been with me since my 35th birthday. So literally I spent my 35th birthday nearly becoming a crackhead, crying my eyes out on the bed, numb as fuck. After, on the 13th of May, as you know, I did a live pretty much 2 days ago that I nearly broke down. And I have worked pretty much the majority of my life for my 35th birthday, because I grew up sort of knowing that I wouldn't really supersede it because of the condition that I have. So my 35th birthday was meant to be this really big celebration, and it had been planned obviously in line with my graduation and everything, you know, because you think about these things, you know, your 40th and stuff like that, and it's like getting married and thinking about your anniversaries, or having children and thinking about their, if you're Jewish, thinking about their thing on their 30th, and yeah, 18th to 21st, you know, things like these significant things, these are what make memories and bring people together, and you have a party with your family and your friends, and you get to know each other more deeply, what you've done through the year, and to me birthdays are really important, because they're the days that show me who care and who's here and who's thinking of me. And when somebody actually goes out to get a card or takes some time to, you know, put some form of energy into, you know, I don't know, even actually having to go down to the post office and get a stamp and put it and write your address on it, and take the time to just get a pen and sit down and really, really thinking about you while they're writing this card. And, you know, come on, guys. I mean, how are we not being thought about by these people? Come on. No, I can't see the camera. No. Thank you. My son's just coming to say happy birthday, or probably to say I've woken up. Happy birthday. He's limping like mad, bless him. He's got blisters the size of this on the inside of his feet, and he's busted his ankle. I shouldn't say that, I don't want to jinx it. His ankle is healing because he went on his like rollerblades. So yeah, to everybody at Extinction Rebellion, this birthday wish is for you. And that is, obviously, we've got the Yellow Jackets out there, which is my next card. Hang on, I haven't finished. So to all your mums and dads and all of your children, this card and this birthday wish is for you. And to everybody out there on the front line for Extinction Rebellion, this birthday wish is to you guys, to everybody who stands for the planet and all of the little animals that can't speak up for themselves, to everybody from Alf, you know, lots of love, to all the Popandas, you know who you are. And then I was just texting Amber to say that I was going out today, and I could, even though it was a text, it was like, you're going out? And I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. And then she starts distracting me over her mother's comments over my house. And Amber knows one thing, that when I'm focused to do something, you don't distract me. But all of a sudden, Elijah started saying in the hallway, Kellie Cottam. I didn't really think, I was like, and in the actual hallway, there was no delivery person or anything. There was a big box in my hallway with these lovely things from And again, I know who sent these because obviously they've got my address. So these lovely, there's my camera. These, I can't see. These beautiful, I can't see on my camera, it's really crap. I really hate not doing it on my phone. So these lovely, beautiful things and a lovely little card. And seriously, guys, you've made my day, and it's not even my birthday until today. Lovely little card, and obviously, I've noticed a lot of people that even though you see my name, are all spelling my name with a Y today. So I think people are trying to tell me something. So it says, "Happy birthday, Kelly. Keep up the fantastic work and give yourself a pat on the back from your friends who care dearly about you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Have a wonderful day." And obviously, both of these cards have all just come in sort of slightly anonymous, but obviously they've had to ask for my address. And this is from the guys who carry the forced adoption exposed banner through the Yellow Jackets. And obviously, individuals have taken the time to pull things together. And I just want to say thanks very much to you all. It's really, really, really beautiful, and it really did make my day because my sideboard looks really lovely. I've got them here, so I've got some lovely flowers and some nice cards. And also, what's really nice is on the envelopes, they're all stamped with, right again, Mental Health Awareness Week. Now, wouldn't it be nice to have Families Reunited Awareness Week on there? One of the main reasons that I'm doing these lives this week, and obviously for May, is that it is Mental Health Awareness Week, and it's also Earl Lost and Lost Syndrome Awareness Month. So the month of May, for the last, I don't know, 20 years, I think I've done something for Earl Lost and Lost Syndrome, whether it's been raised funds, done something, jumped out, I don't know, done something to raise some form of awareness, written articles. I've been a guinea pig pretty much all my life for the medical people, where I go and sit in their rooms and they examine me, and their students get to learn about me and all of this and try to work out what the condition is. And I've done that for years, for prior to all of my life going completely tits up. And obviously, one of the points that I would like to make while I am here talking about Earl Lost and Lost Syndrome Awareness Month, plus the fact that it comes in with mental health, and plus the fact that I talk about the services, and also because I started this because of helping people out of the benefit system, and that is that this diagnosis, Earl Lost and Lost Syndrome, that I have, that's, as I've talked about in previous videos, is a name labelled after people that have superseded in some form of work. Asperger's. I was born with it. Like, the moment I was knitted into my mum's womb, and my dad's penis entered into the vagina, and the sperm entered into into the ovary. No, not into the ovaries, go through the ovary. No, it goes through the fallopian tubes and into the ovaries. Wow, I need to catch up on my science. But basically, when this baby was made and these chromosomes started parting into 24, and actually, if you want me to really be technical, they actually go into 24 and 24 chromosomes, which divide you into your gender and confirm whether you're going to be male or female. This happens in this process, so don't give me all your bullshit and crap about gender and all this fucking souls missing crap bullshit. That's where it's decided, that's where it's done. This society fucking your heads up. It's simple, done, dusted. Don't talk to me or discuss anything else about me. You can't convince me in any way, shape or form. So basically, actually, unless you're I should actually carry on. Unless you are what's classed as a Medaphrolite, I think it is. I think that's what it's called. I might have got that wrong. But basically where you have both genitals, and therefore your body will, your DNA decides, and then they remove the one that is the extra. So basically, at this particular point, as my DNA is unfolding and I'm being created, I was born with a mutation, and this mutation is transpired into EDS, and obviously my brain is hardwired differently, and obviously into Asperger's. So what fucking pisses me off is, why the frick do I have to keep giving these numpties new pieces of paperwork with what my condition is? If I'm born with something, shut the fuck up, take your paperwork, accept the diagnosis, and stop putting me through these stupid holes because paperwork says that it... Oh, just 2 seconds, guys, and oh shit, my ankle. I'll just leave you with a message for a minute. Ow, my ankle. I'm still here, guys. 2 seconds, change the milk over. So anyway, my next birthday gift to you, as I step over you, is a word that is written on the wall that you can see right now. And while I'm just doing this, just think about what it means. Hello. Just bang me if you wake up again, guys. So anyway, I'm back. I just had to sell Shiloh. And also the point on selling Shiloh is that he wakes up at night because as he moves, he's getting his shoulder trapped up behind his arms. And one thing that annoys me about this system is that I'm not allowed to make, and this is also why Aaron was taken, and Faith, I'm not allowed to make reasonable adjustments for my children as EDS children because they're not formally diagnosed. Yet as a mother who lives with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and the fact that every child that I have, there is a 50-50 chance of them having this condition, which you could say is abuse, because I know. I wasn't diagnosed, obviously, with my previous children. And I did forewarn the system on this matter with my birth, which is what brought me onto the services in the first place. So, but the fact is, with my children, whether they're symptomatic or not, if they're struggling with something, then I should be able to make reasonable adjustments. But in the EDS world, they don't diagnose you until you're 5. But the majority of us are not actually diagnosed until 21, 22. We go through an absolute mess. So in my little title where I got a bit carried away earlier on, I've obviously only written up to 16. But, you know, all the way through there, I'm going backwards and forwards to the doctors about, you know, obviously these hands. I see, I do wear my red X all the time. I talk about it all the time. I network all the time. I communicate all the time. I campaign all the time. I lobby all the time. I make phone calls all the time. I live it, breathe it, sleep it. I don't stop. And then I play in the park and I talk to people about it. I go out, I talk to people about it. I go to shops, I talk to people about it. People see the red X, they ask me about it. I can't wait until I can get properly campaigned up. And if you are going to help me out for this birthday fundraiser, one of the things that I want to be able to get up and running properly is the full-blown branding for Step Up Britain. And I want a white and a red hoodie with I'm stepping up for Britain on my back, or I've stepped up, and I want all the Step Up crew tops. So literally I want to be able to go all the way around the UK and get all the coordinators ready for what's coming for 2020. Because obviously this was a 10-year plan, and it was a 25-year plan, but it was a 20 plan. Yeah, that's one of the things. So I want to get all my stuff ready, and I'll get kitted out and have all my end-it stuff and all the whole adoption stuff. And I want to start getting this, going out and talking to the professionals and taking this to a whole new level of the level of trauma that this system is causing to people under mental health, physical conditions, learning difficulties, and the trauma that the prison service, the education system, police service, the medical services are all causing trauma to our families. And it's about time that they started to understand the consequences of their actions, because they ask us to understand the consequences of ours. And that's pretty much what they're asking us to do as parents when they come in to do Section 47s, to make sure that we are aware of the consequences of our actions with our children and how it affects them in their development in themselves. And yet they're not willing to do this same thing when they come in like balls in a china shop into people's lives. And it's about time that they understood the consequences of their actions, because as strong as we are, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have an issue with somebody treating you like a doormat. It's okay to have an issue with somebody treating you like shit. It's okay to have an issue with somebody abusing you. It's okay to have an issue with somebody who wants to emotionally torment you. It's okay to say no to somebody who wants to physically harm you, and it's okay to say no to somebody who wants to sexually, physically, or emotionally abuse you in any way, shape, or form. It's okay to say no. It's fine. It's okay to say no. And that doesn't even make any difference whether somebody knocks on your door and asks you for something. It's okay to say no. And you don't have to. If you have it and you have lots of it and there's no reason why, then you're a cunt. But if you don't and you need to meet your own needs and assert your boundaries, it's okay to say no. It's okay to set limits on yourself and, you know, build a very, very clear line in order to self-care and self-love yourself. And it's okay to put those restrictions there to say that this is a line that you're not willing to cross, and that's okay. and it's also actually okay to be yourself. And it doesn't really matter whether other people have got a problem with it, and it's okay to not be liked by everybody. That's okay. It's okay to not all get on. What I ask people is just, if you can't help somebody, don't hinder them. We don't have to kick people while they're down, and we don't have to raise people up either. But if we as human beings could live in a society where, you know, we can move around each other and realise that we are all part of the same furniture at the end of the day. We are all knitted and made of the same thing. So 41 years ago, Kellie Hill came into the world. That's me. I was named Kellie Hill because it was my mum's name. My mum and dad weren't married, and then when my mum and dad got married, I was named Kellie Avis, and then I went back to my mum's. I was changed to Kellie IE to Avis Forrester, which was my mum's new name, and then I got married and I became Kellie Wilkinson, and then I got married again and I've become Kellie Cottam, and I have been Kellie Cottam ever since. I have thought about changing my name. I have thought about going back to Kellie with a Y, which is what my birth name was. I am Kellie Ann. Ann was my nan's name, it's my middle name. And I have thought about going back to my original name, but Avis is not actually my dad's original name, because my granddad, who I know to be John Avis, is not him. I think that's not my granddad's name. My granddad's dad was actually, who is known as Lord Sir Pierce, and he impregnated a maid, which was my granddad's mum, and they were shipped off to Brighton. I love where most of the energy all comes from, Brighton, doesn't it, guys? Rocking it up for all the Brighton lot. And the Bristol, and the London, and the Manchester, and the Liverpool, and Nottingham, and where else are we strong? North Wales, of course, always. South Wales, guys, you guys are rocking it down there as well. Wow, where are we really strong right now? Leeds, really strong in Leeds. Northern Ireland, getting stronger in Northern Ireland. Southern Ireland, kicking ass. Obviously France, we're really strong. We're really strong around the EU, and we're getting even stronger in even like the Philippines and out in Africa. And I mean, seriously, guys, I mean, I know you don't really interact with me much, and I know I've sometimes put my foot down because I say Aspie overload and all of this, but you know, please do on lives, you know, let me know where you're from, let me know what country you're from, let me know where you're from. My whole energy to all of this has really changed in the last few weeks, because what people haven't realised is I've been in a battle with Dean over me on my social media, and now I'm a single mum and I'm back to doing things my way, when I want, how I want. Nobody telling me who I can speak to, who I can't speak to, when I can be up, when I can't be up, when I need to watch a film, where I can go, where I can't go. So yeah, so I get to reconnect with you guys. But I have had a message through today, obviously somebody asking me for sex. I sent a very loud out message to say, I'm not here to date, I'm not here to do any of this. I am literally here to break my gag, locate my children, and I'm hoping that that should be maybe this year, coming into next. I think they're old enough to handle it as well, and I think they will come home. I think my children will want to come home to me. I certainly want to come home to Liam and Daniel, and I don't think, you know, I think they'd love to see Elijah and Shiloh. I don't think I'm going to have any problems bringing my kids home. And I'm quite happy as well to get the life that my kids have had and the path that they've taken since we've been apart. So I have had to take it into consideration that I could finally do all this for my children to never want to see me. I have thought about this, as hard as it may be. I have thought about the fact that I could be sitting in my arse in jail for a very long time for treason. I have thought about the fact that I've made very big threats to government about overturning them, and I intend to see this through. I have every intentions of abolishing parties in this country. I have every intentions of abolishing all laws that have absolutely no significance to our current times anymore, and abolishing the fact that we sit under a COE church. And I'm not totally against forced adoption, sort of. I believe that we as individuals should be sorting our own shit out, and we are too reliant on the system, and we're complaining about a system that is depleted, underfunded, under-resourced. But one thing they have proved to me, guys, is they managed to find 7.5 million to police what went on in London a couple of weeks back. So how come they can't find 7.5 million right now to restore all of these families? And I believe they can. I just want to grab something before I go. I've got to get myself up, seriously. My fucking knees and my ankles and my legs and the joys of EDS. I just wanted to grab one of these, and I just want to explain to the Yellow Jackets that are going to be meeting why I am requesting, and I can request, because at the end of the day I am accountable and responsible for everything that goes down that's under my name, banner, or anything, which is why I pretty much don't come under my own banner at the moment. But in July, then obviously I'm going to do so, if you're all going to stand with me. So basically, this is an international rebellion. I started in 2010 with Unlawful Rebellion, and we basically decided that we were going to rebel against. This is Unlawful Rebellion. Don't forget, all of these just rebrand, regrow, restructure. Pretty much all the same people. People come together, people collaborate, seeds are planted, people co-create, people have ideas, people interject, come together. One of the greatest things about doing it this particular way is, you know, there are no leaders, there are no directors per se, no founders, no nothing. It is just us, the human beings, that are having a revolution with ourselves. We are taking back our own hearts. This is where it all comes from. This is where everything comes from. This is where you are connected. This is where your Christ consciousness is. This is where your heart is. This is where your cross is. This is where everything beats from. This is where you should be trusting your own intuition and your own heart, and you have to take back. They get so broken. I was looking for my little bag again, but it's over there. You know, we go through so much heartbreak, so much trauma, and so much, you know, real struggles. So, you know, take this back, protect it always, protect your heart always. You know, if you're a youth person growing up who hasn't yet gone through so many heartbreaks and things like that, then please do guard your heart, please do protect your heart, but don't crush your heart. You know, embrace it, and obviously take back your own mind, because the battlefield goes on in here. And it will tell you you're not good enough. It will feed you doubt. It will It will tell you that you're not loved, that nobody cares. I'll tell you some of the things I go through, you know. And today, this here has just completely lit my life up. It has, because it's made me realise that, you know, what I'm doing, people are listening. What I'm trying to, my end result of what I'm trying to obtain, not just for Great Britain, but for our whole planet, really, and the planet's way beyond, and for the bigger picture of things, because time really has run out. It's not that time's ran out, we are on borrowed time. It's not that the clock is ticking, as people are saying to you. It's done. We are on borrowed time. There is no turn the clocks back and unwind this, but we have like a whatever you want to call it, a narrow pathway to really turn all this around. But the problem is because you're not going to see the cause and effect of the decisions that you make right here, right now. You're not going to really truly understand how you impact the entire world. I mean, take for example this morning. I got up this morning with the intentions of going straight over to take the boys over to their club today. I always tell Amber, do not disturb this particular time. It's so precious that I have this quality time with the boys and their friends and things like that. But I had a mum who's going to court today, and as much as I can't be there in body, sometimes I just have to be there in spirit. And she'd posted up completely panicked, so I hadn't seen it. Amber was letting me know, we keep it monitored, you know, I'll make sure that I've got you on the things, I've got you in groups so I can see what's going on. I know who's going to go down with suicide, I know who's going through depression, I know who's in court. I see, hear and everything. Not necessarily everything, but the Lord tells me if I don't know. And basically it was turning into a situation that the social had gone against her. She'd ended up with a judge from a previous removal, and you know, things really had gone completely the opposite way, and there was nothing that I could do. The only thing I could do was pray, and I couldn't take some time out to pray, so I literally did it through my phone while I was texting. So I started praying for, you know, judges and all the people in the services, not just for her case, but all the way throughout, and then for her to stand ground, for the solicitors to come in, and then all of a sudden, within 2 or 3 hours, the case got adjourned, the judge got removed from the case, the solicitor completely kicked ass, and, you know, she's now got till September to have some breathing space. And that's just how much, even just through our thoughts towards people, to take some time out to go, on Friday it's Kellie's birthday, so I'm here because it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to you guys that are going to be completely blessed because it's my birthday. You know, for somebody to actually be out shopping and go, you know, I'm going to have a look through this card rail, and potentially actually probably even take quite a while, because I'm a nightmare going through these card rails because they never quite say the right thing. You know, or maybe they did have one in their house, I don't know. Maybe they bought somebody else a card and thought, oh fuck it, I might as well send it to Kellie. I don't know. But at the end of the day, for a second, somebody was thinking about me, and that's a really beautiful thing. And, you know, I've sort of really lost a bit of my track, and I'm watching time as well, because I'm trying to keep these mental health ones to an hour. Today's a little bit of a different one because it's my birthday, added a bit of EDS stuff in. But on that note of EDS awareness, and I was saying about Shiloh, just to bring it back for a minute. I was born with this condition, and so are my kids. And how we choose to live with a condition is up to us. I don't have to do anything that any other fucker tells me what to do. I don't have to live any way that anybody tells me what to do. I don't have to eat what anybody tells me what to do. I don't have to breathe the way anyone has to tell me what to do. I don't even have to be educated in any way that anyone tells me to do. The government don't own me, the government don't control me, the government don't possess me. It doesn't make me an anarchist. It just makes me somebody who understands that I didn't put these people into position. I didn't vote for them. I haven't asked for them. I don't ask them to speak for me. They are not my advocates. I speak for myself. I make my own decisions. And obviously we have a little bit of a catalogue of what we can choose from, but we can co-create our lives in any way, shape or form that we like, because we are amazing, beautiful people that can be amazing, beautiful people. We have a choice, and sometimes we choose to be in our depression, our suppression, our mental health labels, the trauma that we once lived, and keeping that cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle, because to be back out there in the world, vulnerable, where people could hurt us again, sometimes is a little bit scary. And that's why when Shiloh was unsettled, I asked you to look. I did this, I was just bored one day, and I asked you to just think about this word before I go. I got my legs in the way. Rust. There's a tea there somewhere. And let me pick you up. Trust. A lot of people will say trust no one, and it's a common myth that people live by. Trust no one. Trust someone. Trust one person. Who do you trust? You trust your mum? I fucking just wouldn't trust my mum as far as I could go. I don't know, actually. She helped me out. She does seem to be there sometimes. But could I trust my mum to be loyal? No, she's already proved that she can't do that. When I was in the papers, when she told everybody that I had my breast implants done and all of that. So, can I trust my mum? No. Can I trust my dad? No. Can I trust Dean? No. Can I trust my boys? Daniel phoned me today actually to show me on thing. He got his new car today, so he's gone out and bought a new car, like proper like spoilers and flashy typical boy black Focus with all the stripes, and he's earned it. He works really 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 hard. He goes to university and he works a full-time job and he's self-employed, so hats off to him. He does really well. Might buy his mum a camera one day, who knows. Liam, yeah, I can trust Liam. Liam's my best friend, always has been. Can't trust him to pull my birthday up for me tomorrow though, because he doesn't do birthdays. So, can you trust my next door neighbour? What do you want to trust people with? Information, parts of yourself, to do something they say they're going to do, to fulfill something that they say they're going to do, to be there when they say they're going to be there, to turn up when they say they're going to be there. And one of the reasons that I don't do birthday parties is because I never know who's going to turn up. And I can't rely on people to be there. And I actually live with the thought that I don't matter, that nobody cares about me, that I'm an inconvenience, that people don't listen, that, and they are the battles that I live with. But today, a few people showed me that that wasn't true, that actually I am loved and I am cared for and I do have friends. And actually, these cards also show me that I might not have all of my family, but one of my aunts cares, and that really means a lot to me. And the fact that she sent me a birthday card really means a lot to me, because I haven't had a birthday card of my family since like I was 11. So, and of course, Jake's rang me, Jazz Hands over in Nottingham. Say hello to all of you, Nottingham Street Angels. Sorry, I took Jake for my birthday to Manchester Kitchens, and he's not left the homeless guys ever since. So yeah, before I go, because I've got about 5 minutes, I just wanted to show you this. I wanted to read on the back of this. It's an international rebellion against. Now, as you know, I don't stand on against, but I don't write them, I don't do them, I don't put it all together. And as much as I keep telling all of you, stop the against, 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 we're growing so fast. Everybody's having their own ideas, everybody's co-creating, everybody's moving. But this is an international rebellion. We are asking the entire world to rebel. And the reason that we're asking you to do this is because what's going on in our countries and our governments is corrupt. It is corrupt to the core. It is corrupt in everything. But what I'm going to be doing come through to 2020, slowly catch the monkey, and just show you something. So basically we've got Extinction Rebellion, Green Party. So there'd be all the Greens. So they're all standing for the planet and the animals. And then we've got Tommy and all of those guys and all of the doodah stuff, which is all going for the Brexit stuff. So which is all going for the infrastructures and the system, the assembly. And that's coming through the, no, not the Labour's coming through, you see how my brain works now, coming through, you can see him. Oh, that's a bill. I've got a poster up there somewhere. That guy, who is he? Nigel Farage, so Brexit stuff. And then, of course, got the Yellow Jackets, which is coming in for all of the injustice. So people hit by austerity, the things change over benefits, people on disability. Don't forget, obviously, the Lost Boys stands for forced adoption, against forced adoption, of course. Children shifted through child abuse, and pretty much all of those infrastructures. So the failures that have carried on by the system. Then obviously we've got all of the individuals, so we've got Fathers for Justice, parent alienation, denied contact, doodah. And then what I'm hoping is come July, we've got about 1 million of us coming through for not eugenics, for for eugenics, I think it is. And then, of course, there's a couple of other things. And then, obviously, on the 5th of June, Uncle Donald's here in Portsmouth. Hopefully, he's going to come pick me up. Probably not. I'm going to probably have to do what I did the other day and just take the mic the way that I do. And hope for God I have some Portsmouth people here to help me with the kids while I do this. So these stickers are going up pretty much everywhere to say coming soon. So I am literally out and about getting these out and around. And if you guys are willing to help me out as my birthday gift, then July, and I'm going to try and I need quite a bit of money, guys, like seriously, like in my own personal life. I'll just have to borrow a couple. And Liam got a little bit of money today from work, so he's put some bits into the house, milk and stuff like that. So as it stands, I'm not really doing anything for my birthday tomorrow because I'm completely and utterly broke. And I'm paid on the 18th though, so I'm then back paid bills, blah, 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 blah. But what I want to be able to do is, one, I want to be able to get up every day and get on the road and get out interviewing people. I want to be able to film them. I want to be able to pull the documentary together. I want to get back out, and basically through July, I want to be able to put all of these networks together. I'm aiming to be meeting with a bunch of us on Hyde Park for a picnic, so to say, and literally, like we are with XR, bringing Step Up Britain through in a way where we will have all of the areas and stuff, because one of the things that I'm wanting to bring together is this catchment area. So one of the problems that we have with housing is because we have to have these catchments. So if we can raise this up, then obviously then people can move within Great Britain wherever they need to be, rather than being funneled to local connections, blah, 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 blah. That's why I'm here in Portsmouth, because this is where I was born 41 years ago today. So need to get these written up again. So hold the adoption drive on our demands. And we will be literally standing to protect all of the families that are having children taken for state kidnap, and even worse, children being trafficked for sexual needs. She's really sick. So anyway, I'm still whispering because obviously Liam's sleeping, babies, all that sort of stuff. So when I can be up and running properly, I've got my phone but my camera doesn't work, so I can't be doing my lives. Need to get that sorted. It's a must. Having a camera, having all the equipment, having all the filming equipment, and also, even if it isn't that I've got the equipment, if people want to join the team, I want to be able to get a proper crew of us going around on tour, literally stepping up Britain city by city by city, and I want to get out speaking on my own rig with my own platform, own mics, and bringing each communities people who from foster care with talents and gifts and skills and things to the forefront, and helping them through Startup Britain, becoming self-employed and being able to sustain. And I want to be able to do that for you guys as well, because I've made the decision that the best thing that I can do for all of you parents out there is to help you be the people that you're meant to be, and help you go through your grief, and also if you've been through any injustice, of how to live in that polarity of the sliding door of the life that you probably would have had or should have had, the life that tomorrow I should be waking up with all 6 of my kids, and Dean should be here, and you know, and everything should be amazing. I should be with my family and friends and having a party, and it's a weekend, for fuck's sake, you know. I might even be thinking of going to London, to be honest. I'm hoping I'll get paid in time, and I'm actually thinking of going and seeing all the Yellow Jackets on Saturday. So that's what I want to go and do. So I know a few of them have already got down there. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I think there's something going on tomorrow. Hopefully, because it's my birthday. So of course there'll be something going on tomorrow. I'll set every date around significant dates that are in line with me. So that's my heart interjecting into this. And all it is that I want for you guys is to be happy, healthy and thriving, and living to the best of your full potential, living in, you know, your full glory. And if you're doing that, then your children are going to come back to you anyway. And if I can help you, enable you to rip off your fucking masks, get rid of all of these labels, and uncover who you truly are, and be who you truly are, and find where you fit. You don't have to fit, but you know, where you serve in this world, then one, for selfish reasons, we'll get a better world. But two, I know that you are standing on your own 2 feet, that you are coping with the grief that you're going through, that you are happy, you know, in here, and that you have the finances to be able to build a really great team to go and sue their asses for kidnapping your kids. And if each of you can do this, then, and each of us are doing this, and all of us are bringing private prosecutions in, then we will stop this another way. So, you know, I'm going to be with you until 2020. I made that decision. This was 2010 to 2020 on social media, 5 years turning over, and obviously I thought that was with Aaron and Faith, and then 5 years with my book. So hopefully I'll give you a little peep into it by the end of my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to be putting my website up tomorrow where you can reserve your copy of my book. There is only going to be 999 hard copies being printed, and the reason that I'm doing that is because it's 999, and also because to print a lot of books is a lot of money. So you can pre-order yours. I think they're going to be up there for about £3 or £4 to pre-order, but it's going to be £9.99, which is going to be the copy of the hard book, and it's called Gagged. And that's just one of the books that I've got coming out. One of the reasons that I need to get out about and speak to parents is because I've got a few parents that are in the book Forced Adoption Exposed, and I need to sign, seal and sort some things out with them. And I'm also bringing up Step Up Britain's book, which is going to show everything that I've done through all of the campaigns, through Unity in the Community, Challenge Britain, Start Up Britain, Step Up Britain, and where all of this has gone to, and actually who's really been behind it, and why, and why I started this, and what it was that I was aiming to achieve. And basically, I believe that if we, the British people, all wake up in the morning happy with a smile on our face, getting up, doing what we love, serving where we are best served, with great family values, we look after our own families, and that's that your money serves your entire family. So you all as a family come together with your pots of funds, and you know you have your family values, and that you have those community values, then I believe that we could actually have a really, really lovely country. Because one, we're going to give a shit about the streets that we walk on. We're going to give a shit about the fact that we have all of these broken down buildings around us, and we're going to want to come together as an assembly of people and talk about our local communities, and whether we want schools or where these pots of money go, and that each assembly has this pot of money, and obviously that we're allowed to roam as well, because not everybody wants to settle. Some people are passers through, you know, some people are world travelers, and I am one of those world travelers. I am not wanting to be here just in one place, you know, but being available to the entire world, and I would love to be able to speak, you know, many different languages. And I hope I've got a lot more years ahead of me. I know I'm on borrowed time. I've been on borrowed time since I was 35. We're all on borrowed time. We're all on borrowed time on this planet. Certainly with what is going on with the ecological and climate issues right now, it is a lot better than people thought. But as soon as we admit that there is a problem, and it is just our past thoughts and residual actions, then we as a collective can turn this around. And I, for one, would love to be living in permaculture, and this is what my birthday gift to myself is to completely co-create and design, you know, where I want to be waking up and where I want to be, and the environment that I want around me. And you know, I want to be able to help parents who really can't get their heads off the pillows and really are struggling with the grief, and I want to be able to help people who really don't know who to turn to, and they're turning to social services and losing their kids, when between a community of us we could have helped. You know, if a mother like myself needs to go into hospital to give birth and doesn't have childcare for her children, then I'm sure between a community that I have, that, you know, that would have been an easy fix. You know, I didn't need to lose my kids. Do you know what I mean? So there is a lot more going on than we discuss on Crack Book. I ask you all to be there at different meetings. I ask every single yellow jacket and parent who is going to be going with us hard and fast through July to please attend one of the XR training. And the reason that I ask you to do this is because you're going to be trained on everything to do with facing the police, and also A lot of, obviously, these other protests that are going on are violent, do have other manners. This is 100% non-violent. This is complete peaceful protesting. This is being done through arts, drama, workshops, creativity, banner messages, banner drops. And what it is, you know, I'm aiming for you to find something in you that makes you go, oh, I want to do that. You know, do you want to put some roller skates on? Do you want to paint? Do you want to draw? Do you want to experience the seas, the oceans? Do you want to travel? Do you want to see things? Do you want to get involved in animals, youth? You know, what is it that you love to do? And before I go, here is my birthday gift to a few people. I asked the question today, how many people have a driving license and a passport? Those two things are your ticket to freedom. I'm not saying that the system fails in everything, and we should be competent to be on the roads with a fully equipped car, and we should be identifiable as we're traveling, so we have a passport. So this summer, I am asking the people who don't have a driving license and who don't have passports to clear out your house and box up and have a yard sale. And with that money, I'm asking you to get your passport. It'll cost you about £82 and £5 for a photograph, and also to put money aside to pass your driving test and to invest in a car. Because the more that you do this, the more you will want freedom and travel and seeing things and getting out there and seeing the world. And maybe those who don't have passports and don't have driving license, who are seeing culture coming around them, might start integrating and understanding people's cultures and seeing it as a world travel day, maybe, and want to go out there and see more of the world. To learn about Egypt in a book is one thing, but I had the opportunity of taking my two older boys into the pyramids to learn. So when I learned about Egypt, I went to Egypt. When I learned about Greek mythology, I went to Athens. When I wanted to know about the Caribbean, we went to Barbados. And the crack book, social media, opens you to a whole different world and whole different experiences and whole different lifestyles out there. And they really, really are experiences that you can have too. You want to go parachute jumping, choose a day and go and book it. You want to rally in a car, then choose a day and go and book it. You want to go to a festival, then find one that you want to go to and go. You want to go and travel, then go and do that. Then, you know, there's a particular clothes or style that you want, then go and do that. You know, it's as easy as getting out of your own way. Get rid of them limiting beliefs and crossing from negative ways of thinking to positive, and keep on keeping on. And that's pretty much what I come here to say. So it's my birthday. I had a little bit of cry, a little bit of smile, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of joy. And because it's my birthday, I feel like celebrating, because I've had 41 years of life on this planet, and I believe I've got a lot to give back, and I don't know who it's for, but even if one person out there is, and I really want to say inspired by me, but if you're inspired to put your own home in order, to use my mess as a message maybe, if you wake up tomorrow and think that there's something that you want to do, and you've got this story that tells you why you can't do it, then ask yourself whether this story serves you. Is it going to help you move closer to what it is that you want to achieve, or is it going to keep you stuck in your past thoughts and actions? And it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go of the stories. It's okay to let go of the dramas. It's okay to not have to keep proving the injustices that you've been through. And it's okay to live and get on with it and maybe help in another way. So maybe somebody might be going through the same injustice as you, and you can help them maybe not have to face the consequences that you went through. And it helps you feel good too. So I'm hoping to maybe become a bit of a Mackenzie friend and helping parents in the courts. So I'm going to be starting with Portsmouth. But I need to get some childcare around me and some suits and shoes and things like that. So yeah, there is going to be some crowdfunding today. If anybody wants to stick £1, 5, 3p, whatever in the pot, this birthday pot is going to the extension of me through the next year. So it's going to provide me with the tools and equipment that I need to do the stuff that I need to do with you, and help me just straighten up and get on my feet properly so I can put my full heart, mind and soul into this, because I really, really hope this works. I hope, oh my goodness, I hope this works. I hope this works. I hope so. If it doesn't, enough fall on my face, I'm so sorry. But if this works and all of these go red around the world, then we've done it. That's it. The kettle is out of the bag, and we will have our demands, and hopefully we don't even need to talk to the MPs about it. There's more to come. It takes for people to work for us for free. Amber's worked for us for free for 5 years, for God's sake. The guys from North Wales and around all these places have been with us for like 7 years. People have been protesting for years, way before us, but this particular community has been here. I've been in the papers for nearly 10 years. I've been gagged, obviously, so I'm not in the papers, but if any media out there that I would love to talk on radio, community radio. I'll talk on anybody's blogs, workshops. You can write blogs. You can use this information for whatever you want to do. Write articles, do whatever you want to do. Been chatting to Jerry. We're going to put a video together as well. Been talking about getting out, talking to the youth. Obviously, I've learned that 5-year-olds as young as 5 are committing suicide once they've been removed. Children as young as 2 are really struggling. And we've got to stop this, guys. It's fucking mental. We've got to take back our communities, help our generations, be there for our local community. We don't need these services like this. None of us do. They're failing the older generation. People are being abused in care homes. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. We need compassion. We need some compassion. We need some love and understanding. And the only way that we're going to do that is to love ourselves. And once we love ourselves, we can overpour with love for everybody else. As long as we're bitter and twisted and angry, then we don't have love to give. We just have nothing but hatred and anger to spread. So, yeah. Happy birthday, guys. Have a really great day, and I shall catch up with you on and off. And thanks for being with me, because this helps me get out of my head. It helps me process it. It helps me deal with my traumas and my deals, and also because I'm doing something that if this isn't working, then I have to ask myself, why is the message not getting out? Why am I being locked down? Why do people not respond? Why do people not comment? Why do people not give me feedback? What is it that I'm doing that isn't working? And then I have to change my approach and try another route, because at the end of the day, we're going to halt this adoption drive. We're going to see it all over the papers that they have suspended all actions. We're going to see this come through. We're going to see this turn around. And rather than seeing foster care and adoption posters everywhere, we're going to see family restoration, family healing, families coming together, Christmas with your families, holidays with your families, birthdays with your families. We've got to start healing with our own families, because we've all got the smackhead and the crackhead. We've all got the black sheep. We've all got the pompous that they're better than us. We've all got the one that's doing really well and is gone off on the ego. We've all got the one that's working for the church, you know. We're families because we're all part of a puzzle, and we're different for a reason, because we all bring something different to the table. And, you know, if we can't heal ourselves and we can't heal our own families and our own communities, then how can we stand and say that we want to change the world? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not here to change the world. The world's beautiful. I'm here to change the people in it. It's the people that are the problem. So, and I do that with starting with myself, and I do that every day. Every day I wake up to be better than I was yesterday. Every day I wake up to be stronger than I was yesterday. Every day I wake up to be, you know, greater than I was yesterday. I'm not in a race with you guys. I'm only up against my own personal best. And some days I have bad days. Some days I just don't want to move forward. And some days I can take on the world. But again, thank you so much to the people that took the time to, seriously, I feel so blessed, guys. I feel so loved. This here, like, seriously, I'm going to keep these forever, including the envelopes, because I'm sentimental like that. I'm really sentimental person. I'll keep lockets, things. I've still got, you know, a chain that I had with one of my friends. You know, even when I was homeless, I still carried around sentimental things that mean things to me, down to rocks, and, you know, I love things like this. I've got pictures that kids have made me that I keep, and you know, Danielle made, in fact, I've even got my Step Up Britain one on, so that's my Step Up Britain one, that's my Forced Adoption Exposed one, and on my banner, I've got on my car keys, I haven't got car keys, but on my house keys, I've got my Holtley Adoption Drive on. And so, yeah, I treasure absolutely everything about you guys. I know I'll get freaking fuming sometimes, but one of the problems is when parents tell the services that they're working with me, straight away the services tell them that they're not allowed to work with me, and then these people troll me because I'm meant to be this bad person. But actually, you know, make sure the services know that you're working with us, and tell them that, you know, I don't mind getting pulled into court. I've got no problems getting pulled into court. I tell them where I stand on all of this. I've got no issues with that, that's fine. So anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm rambling like mad. I'm just so excited because I'm going to go to bed tonight, and I'm going to wake up and it's my birthday, and I don't really know what's going to happen, because I wasn't expecting any of this week. I didn't see this coming. I wasn't manifesting quads. I wasn't, you know, and I certainly wasn't expecting the one from the XR guys in South Wales, in North Wales. That just says to me that they're going to hold their ground, and they're going to turn red in July. And I think I could maybe trust them to do that. And right on the doorstep of potentially where my kids are. And they did used to keep my kids' pictures and the poster down at the wake up there. You know, much love to people. I'm not sitting here with my partner who isn't going to be with me today. I'm not that important. And my son's got the day off today. We're going to do something maybe, but he's not into birthdays. He misses Aaron and Faith. He finds the grief even harder. Elijah and Shiloh, of course, are going to be with me here today, and Aaron and Faith, they're in here. I'd love to think that Daniel was going to turn up, but, you know, I doubt it. My mum, I won't hear from her. My dad, I won't hear from him. I'll probably get some messages from some aunts and uncles just to say happy birthday or crap, but they won't ring me or things like that. So for you guys to take the time out, it really means something to me. It really does. Yeah, it's been a long time. So whatever you're going to do today is Friday. So it's Friday's future. It's all about the youth on a Friday. It's all about, Friday future thinking. And, we're thinking into the future. So in 5 years' time, who would you love to be? Plans don't always work out, but you could graduate from uni in that time if that's the way you wanted to go. You could have built a really sustainable business. You could have traveled to many countries. You could have mastered many languages. You could have built a car. You could have built a rocket. You could have built a spaceship. You could have built a home. You could have been married 5 years, had a 5-year-old child. Anything. But rather than look at a future that is bleak, if we could all maybe think of a future that is really positive, and that starts with thinking about us having a positive future. And tomorrow, I know that something is going to happen that is going to make me smile, or make me feel that somebody cares, or somebody's thinking about me. And I'm sure there's going to be people that aren't there tomorrow, and I will feel the grief, and I will feel the pain, and I will get to the end of the day. But I'm not going to allow the people who aren't there to take away the fact that, it might only have been 4 or 5 people, but, they stand for many, many, many other people. But I know that if they'd walked around signing these cards, I know they would have, said happy birthday. And that's really sweet, and it's really lovely. And please do, guys, if there's somebody in your life that you don't tell them how much they mean to you, that you love them, if you feel ashamed and embarrassed to tell somebody that something that they did meant something to you, or that, that somebody actually cares, it can make somebody's life. It can keep somebody alive. It can pull somebody out of the brink of despair and depression. And the majority of people who are struggling with mental health, they're lonely, they're isolated, they're not on track with their lives. And by maybe picking up the phone and saying, do you know what, I was really thinking about you today, and I just wanted to tell you that you matter. Wow, what an impact that could have on somebody's life. Or, hey, I've not heard from you for a long time. I was just thinking about you and wondering how your life's going at the moment. And maybe it's really bad, and maybe they need someone to talk to and tell people how shit it is. And maybe you might just be the person who takes them out of the darkness and brings them into the light. Or maybe their life is really great and they've got an opportunity for you, and they can take you out of your darkness and bring you into the light. And if we can all maybe give each other a helping hand. If you can't help people, don't hinder them. And sometimes we all need a little bit of a leg up. And many of us that don't have family, well, I've got an aunt. I don't have friends, but apparently I do. Life can be really difficult, struggling away on your own as a one-man band, you know what I mean? So together we really are stronger. And if we're going to end this, then we've got to do it together. I certainly can't do it on my own, and I don't think this is just my mission, guys. I believe that we're all here on the same mission. And I've fucking been here for an hour and a half, and I promised that these were going to get shorter, but they keep getting longer. But it is Mental Health Awareness Week, and after that I'll be back to normal. So lots of love, guys, and have a really, 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 really blessed day. But right now, if you're here in the UK, get offline and go to bed and get some sleep, as I'm about to do, and I'll see you in the morning. Hey.